Welcome to the San Clemente Podcast, the only local podcast in the best beach town in the world. We're here to bring you weekly episodes highlighting everything from sports, culture, entertainment, politics, and everything else this beach town has to offer. Hello, and welcome to the San Clemente Podcast, the fastest growing podcast in San Clemente, California. I'm your host, Jeff Moore. I'm joined today by my co-hosts, Brian de la Puente and Elyse Snipes. Today, we've got an incredible interview coming to you that's being led by the one and only Elyse, where we're going to get a behind-the-scenes look on the San Clemente Podcast and everything that we're going to be bringing to you. Elyse is going to lead us through a array of questions that's going to give you a unique look and perspective of how this podcast came together. So we're really excited to bring to you our first show at the San Clemente Podcast.
Good job, Jeff.
I know you did it.
Take one, two.
Yeah. No,
We're here.
Take one. Nailed
It's
it.
so good.
Dang, it feels good to be here. Like, I don't want to lead it off too much because I know Elyse is kind of taking the bull by the horn, but we've put so much time, effort, energy, teamwork, which I know we're going to get into and I'm so excited about. And it's just going to be a casual, free-flowing, laid-back, really like first podcast of so many to come.
Yeah. We've launched a couple times in the last few months. I feel like we're in a really good place and ready to get this thing rolling and really what we've talked about for, going on a year. So I'm excited too.
Are you nervous?
Not really. No, we've sat in here enough and kind of talked and BS'd and whatever. So I'm more excited than nervous.
Yes. Excited energy.
Yeah. We're kind of at the bottom of the mountain and there's a lot.
Ooh.
There's just a lot to do and a lot of stories to get on here, which is exciting.
Absolutely. And I just want to preface it by saying we are all so grateful to have Elyse on the show. I think she brings a certain level of, feminism, call it. She might kill me for saying that word. But
I love it.
But she just brings a certain level of balance, I think, to the show with Brian and I, and also just a level of sophistication that brings the show together. And so with her and the questions and everything that she has to offer, and I'm going to turn it over to her with that being said.
Killer. I'm so stoked. And this is like the fun part as a viewer of the podcast, to get to know like who are the guys behind the questions, who are the guys that are helping to facilitate the community, the culture, what we want to bring to San Clemente. So Jeff, Brian, we're here.
Yeah.
Oh, guys. It's
So excited.
We've known each other since we were children, but people watching, they're also like, wait, how did this happen? How did everybody get to this table? I want to go a couple places. I want to go to like the who you are and what you think people know about you. And then we're going to get to how did we actually get to the podcast version of today. So, Brian.
Oh, my palms got sweaty. I don't know
put you on the
what
spot.
is
It's
it. I know.
Well,
Cheers. And speaking of cheers, well, we won't go there yet. God, there's so much
I
good
know.
stuff to talk about. But my palms did get a little sweaty when Elyse.
Yeah. Shoot. Fire
but
off.
this is part of like you guys are usually going to be on the question asking. So now there's
Yes.
something like, oh no,
Yeah.
it's my
Yeah.
turn. It's at me. Okay.
Yeah, for
Brian,
sure.
what are some things that you assume people know about you? Like right off the cuff, people know this about you.
I think people know right off the cuff is that I love San Clemente, that I grew up in town. I had a pretty successful football career, and now I'm kind of getting back in the swing of things, trying to get more immersed in my community and just coaching, being part of my kids' lives. And that's kind of what I think or hope. I don't know. It's kind of maybe a little bit of a therapy session, but that's kind of what I'm trying to project is that's what most people know about me. Is I grew up in town, played football, and now I'm back in town trying to give back.
So what do they like not know about you?
Really not know. Maybe about how much I'm trying. I mean, the last couple years, I've been sitting on the board of the Friends of San Clemente, and that's something that has been fun trying to grow and rebrand and what we do with the Friends is we raise money for the beaches, parks, and recs. And in my phase of life with the kids, we're at the beach all the time. We are at the parks all the time, and recreation is number one on our list. So raising money and getting to do things and help form and be part of the community events with the city has been very, very fun and super rewarding. You know, we put on the carnival. We have a big golf tournament every year. The Sports Wall of Fame is something we sponsor. The snow and the snow hill and the putting on the glitz. The foundation does a ton of work in town, and there's been lean years, and there's been the years that I've been involved, our fundraising has been very successful.
It's awesome.
So hoping to just have more of an impact in town.
Yep.
And that's kind of when Jeff came to me with this podcast, I felt like we aligned a lot of what we were trying to do and just really supporting and holding up that community aspect of it's kind of our responsibility. And I feel like that I was always with my football career. I was super involved with the community aspect of it. I thought that was really, really fun. It was super rewarding, whether it was from Special Olympics to going down to the foster homes or the old people homes, like all the different, there was a lot of different avenues to be involved. Habitat, my wife was super involved with Habitat for Humanity down in New Orleans, which was it was so rad to see these houses being built and the community aspect. So when we came home, because that was something we wanted to be part of. So that's the road I'm going down. I love our community. San Clemente is special. We've been fortunate enough to live all over the country. And as there was parts of each city that we got to play for that I loved, everything brought me home.
Yes.
And we have a very unique little city. You know, the homecoming parade coming down Del Mar, it just still feels like a small Midwest town at the beach. And it just, I feel like it's our job as kids that have grown up, moved back home and live in town to preserve some of that history, that culture, that community. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Stoked, Brian.
It's been fun. I think this platform is going to be really exciting. And that's why I'm so fired up about getting guests and not only preserving, you know, the surf culture or the stories of the Olympians that live in town that could be your neighbor, to former NFL athletes and whatever. There's all sorts of people that live in town. And not only the history, but what's happening in the future. There's a lot of development happening. There's a lot of growth, and I just want to be a part of it and help steer it and maintain some of that community aspect to it. So
it's rad. Well, it's so fun. Like, your perspective is so unique, especially because you have lived all over the country, right? So your exposure to different types of living and like the daily actual lived experience. And so that's what makes you being here.
100% for sure. I know Elyse is the question. I have so many questions for Brian too. I'm like, as he was saying that, I'm like, did you mention firefighter?
No.
You didn't mention firefighter.
Yeah, it's fairly new. I mean, that I've been doing that for almost 5 years now. My dad was a fireman. My uncle, grandpa kind of come from a family of firemen. And when I was done playing football, that's kind of what I missed. I missed the guys. I missed that team aspect that, hey, let's go train, let's go practice. And then when we do get that Sunday or that fire, which doesn't happen as much as I was hoping, we're ready for it. I missed that preparation because as a center, that was kind of my role, was to be prepared, get to the line. You have that split second to figure out how, this is the blitz. I know what's happening. We're going to burn them on this play. And that was that. I enjoyed that process.
Like that high of the process too.
Yeah. When
I know.
You feel that? I was like,
for sure.
That's what I missed. So I can't believe that I didn't, but that's something that really pushed me in that direction was the firefighting. And the crew that I'm on right now, we're at the training center, so we are able to train on the daily, which is, for me, it gives me confidence.
Absolutely.
Because this can be scary stuff.
And the reason I asked that too is when we were talking even a little bit before the podcast was I wanted to like kind of chime in what people think about you or what people know about you from my perspective.
Totally.
And I think Brian is such a humble guy, but he takes it in a way where he's a retired NFL football player, and it's probably hard to even let that sink in. So from the community's perspective and from the people's perspective, like looking at Brian is like a retired NFL player. Like a lot of people know you as a professional football player that played for the New Orleans Saints. And so again, we're going to get into that, much deeper. And, I'm excited about that too, because I want to hear all these stories of you playing for the New Orleans Saints, because again, that was basically like your foundation of what, shaped you and got you to where you're at today, which is exciting.
Right. Yeah,
And then to know like that you're just really getting started and you've got so much to offer and so much momentum. It's awesome. So I couldn't be more stoked, right, to have partnered up with Brian and you and, our whole team that's put this together.
Yeah. No, I think I'm removed enough from it now where I was upset at it for a little while. Which we can talk about.
I do want to talk about that a little bit, unless we've talked about this too, where I will go off on tangents. Yeah. So if Elyse feels like she needs to reel any of us back in, that's also her job. But I mean, that's your call.
The foundational aspect, I think, San Clemente holds like the ground for all of us and people watching, listening as well. But then there was that mid-level, right? Like where each of us went professionally, where each of us might have gone, like every one of us married someone we went to high school with, right?
Yeah.
And then now there's this next level. This next level is how everyone got back to this table. And what's the next pivotal vision for how we want to contribute to our community.
Absolutely.
So, Jeff, I want to turn to you for a second.
Okay.
Same questions. What do you think everyone knows about you? Jeff Moore, your name in town. What are you known for?
What Brian said. No, but in all reality, I think a lot of people know me as a father, someone that has 4 kids, someone that's involved in the community, someone that loves to give back. Again, like I said, coaching my kids in their sports, someone that's built a professional career in mortgage banking, and I think someone that's passionate and super optimistic about every endeavor and every adventure, that I take on. So I think I'm known for that. And I think from, again, the community's perspective of,
What don't they know?
I think there's a lot of things that we're working on, including this podcast. While some people may know, there's a lot of projects that I'm very, very passionate about. And I think this podcast is something that I'm probably most passionate about. There's also other projects we're working on, building a miniature golf course here in San Clemente. That's so exciting.
So amped. I'm so amped on
We're
that.
like 2 years into that project. So there's a lot of things that they don't know that I think we're going to reveal through this podcast, through, this platform. And I think another thing that a lot of people don't know is I love mentoring the next generation of people that are coming up. I think that that's kind of our job, to help steer and make sure that the generation below us are raised as great humans. And we just want to keep the legacy of San Clemente.
And that's part of like sitting with you guys again at this different like level again of our lives, is the responsibility that you both feel in regards to contributing to like to the story development of the next generation of people, whether that is via sports, via business, via their idea, or just what does it mean to be a citizen in San Clemente. That's like
totally. And I think San Clemente, and we've all talked about this, is the absolute best place in the world to live, to have been, born here, raised here, grown up here, right? To be able to raise our family here. And so I think, again, how awesome for us to be able to preserve that culture to the to as much as we can do, because it is changing, right? Sure. It's hard to see, but it's also good to see the change. So
that's like a perfect introduction. So individually, you're having kind of this awareness. You're back in your community. You're coaching sports. You're raising your kids here. You're living all at T Street. You're at the different beaches, and you're watching San Clemente begin to change. How did you guys get together to say, hey, this needs to be a podcast?
Brian, go ahead. I mean,
this,
and I'll pivot off of this, right?
Not last season, the season before.
Okay.
Jeff and I were at a high school football game.
On the field.
And to all the people going to listen, Jeff and I played high school football together. Jeff was my running back. I was playing O-line, left tackle. And I mean, we grew up, went to Concordia together. Spent a lot of time down in the Cove at your house, like the beach. That was, you were a huge part of my growing up. So we're at a high school football game, and Jeff came to me with this idea, and I'm just getting kind of started with the friends and the community aspect, and kind of re-immersing myself in this community.
Yeah.
Maybe from like listening to you talk, I think being a father is kind of maybe the driving force. In that what our parents were able to provide for us, we are hoping to provide something similar to our kids. Because if it is, half of what we had growing up, I think they are on the right path.
Totally.
So he came to me, hey, let's do this podcast. And Jeff, in typical Jeff fashion, just super excited, fired up about it. The way he spoke about it, I could just tell he was really, really passionate about it. Hey, I have a studio space that, come check it out. So we came down here, we got on the headsets and we were just talking.
Similar to what we're doing now.
Yeah.
Really,
Yes.
like this is what
it was just super organic.
Yep.
And I love Jeff, and we kind of had lost touch for a handful of years while I was playing, but not really. Every time I was home, I'd come by and see you, Johnny, and you guys would be playing fantasy football and asking all these questions. Is Sproles playing? Is he not?
It's funny you remember that.
Like,
of course.
and it was fun. I mean, I still see Matt at pickup, and he has the same questions, and he'll say the same thing. Dude, you played in the NFL, and it's like, to me, it's like, yeah, but it was just football, man. Like, I know you from when we were in third grade.
Right.
So Jeff and I kind of hit it off, and we came back here, and I really saw the vision, and I saw the town is changing, and we kind of want to preserve and highlight and support things happening in town. And personally, I was like, this podcast could support, partner, whatever, I don't know, with the friends, and we could take it to the next level, because we were thinking about rebranding and how we can get more eyes on and know people to know what we're doing, so we can have more impact.
I'm going to interject too really quickly. And the more we talked about it, just even being on the field, and the more like it evolved over the months following that conversation, we were talking about how, while yes, we want to preserve it, and yes, we're going to preserve it, but San Clemente has the best and brightest minds in the entire world. It's a part of South Orange County, right, that truly lends itself to the most amazing people that are hidden, that have never been showcased or put on any platform ever, right? And we have access to that. And so we're like, let's tap into these people, right? Whether they're business leaders, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, whatever they may do, right? Let's give them a platform to share their story so they can help that next generation. And it goes back to giving, right? It goes back to providing that next generation with, a life similar to what we had.
For sure.
Yep. Well, it's almost like insourcing what is already within the town. So we're not outsourcing to say, hey, who's got an idea out there? Who's got a story out there? But it's literally, it's at this table. That's what we're doing today. What is the story here? That's also a part of the ongoing story and legacy.
Absolutely. And I've always said that I believe that this can be the biggest podcast in the world, because the guests that we're going to have on aren't the recycled guests that have been on platforms, on bigger podcasts, out there. Like, they've never been given a platform.
Right.
And these are the best and the brightest and living probably a better life than 99.999% of the people out there. Let's showcase how they got this life. Let's teach people how to get that life. Let's preserve that life. Let's build that life. Let's, stay involved.
Well, there's an element of hope that comes into that as well, because it's like, hey, like, how did you get to the NFL? Wait, how did that guy get on the WSL? Like, wait, how did this happen? Right?
Ooh,
So
yes.
there's a ton of curiosity around the type of athlete, entrepreneur, human that is coming out of San Clemente.
Right. And just my football path was unlike most football paths. That could be a conversation in itself. Walking on at Cal, earning a scholarship, going undrafted, bouncing around for 3 years, and finally getting my shot in New Orleans.
Think about if that story in itself can change the trajectory of one person's life.
100%.
Then we've done our job, right? Like more than our job.
It's the unlikely story. I mean, that's, I think
Correct.
that's what we're all kind of actually after is
Yes.
what you said you had a shot. All of a sudden there was a moment where your life was going like this, and you could have gone right to fire then.
Sure.
Right. But then there was something that shifted.
Yeah.
Right? And then your life took a totally different trajectory.
Yeah. 100%.
I think that's what we're after. It's like that unlikely moment where all of a sudden things click into place in a different way. And it's like, oh, that's it.
Absolutely. And how many other stories in our community
A ton.
are similar to that?
Sure.
And if we don't do our part in,
Well, this
And
is
we
the
can
fun
connect the
part.
dots.
and we can connect the dots,
Yeah.
that's the fun
That's the
part.
fun.
And highlighting, right?
Yep.
And showcasing and putting a spotlight on these amazing people. And we've always said it too.
Sure.
The hidden talent buried talent in
Yep.
San Clemente is so massive. It's huge. Nobody knows about it.
No.
And nobody would have ever known about it. But it is our job.
Okay, so are you guys gonna float any guests? Like, are you gonna tell who's coming, or is this like a
No,
keep
this is
that super lock and key behind the scenes?
this is so locked in and behind the scenes. Like, I think, again, Brian may have a different answer. You may have a different answer. I think personally that we make the viewers subscribe
'Kay.
to this channel, and you will not be disappointed with the guests that we have coming on. I think. I mean,
I
like I
agree.
said, if
Yep.
you want to float up any names out there,
If you could see our list that we got
Ooh.
going, it's pretty
wild.
impressive. From
It's wild.
Olympians
Love
to
it.
influential people in town.
professional athletes.
It's a pretty strong list, and I think it'll be fun to as organically as this is, as the guests start to roll in.
Yes.
You know what's happening in town. It's trying to line things up. It's going to be there. There's a lot of different ways
because a
we're
lot of
gonna
people
go.
know, right, that there is change in town, right? There's new projects in town. There's new things happening in San Clemente daily. And right now, other than maybe some news print media,
Sure.
there's really no other platform where people can come and get access to that information, right?
Especially from a citizen perspective, right? So we're
Yes.
looking for, what does it mean for me as a mom? What does it mean for me as a coach? What does it mean for me as a business owner in town?
Yep.
It's different than what is in print wanting me to know. Right?
Ooh, yes,
Yeah. There's a different-
absolutely. Yeah, that long form, right?
Mhm.
Where you can actually get to know someone and hear, from them directly in a
Yes.
long form. There's no hidden agendas.
Right.
There's nothing you can do, right? And which we've done in the past was interview city council candidates. And again, you can't hear or see or get their perspective unless you see it like with your eyeballs and hear them
Agreed.
talk. Like, you
Agreed.
don't get that by just
Yeah,
reading
reading
it.
it.
And the same goes
Yep.
for the stories that
Mhm.
we're going to showcase.
So that's like maybe a quick moment. Like, this podcast is also viewable, so you can check that out on YouTube as well.
Yes.
Don't forget to watch. It's also a show. It's a fun show.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, you can see the personalities,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Through the optics and the
interaction.
lenses and the
Mhm,
interactions.
mhm, mhm.
Exactly.
Okay. What if someone's watching, listening, and they're like, wait, they need to talk to this person in town? Is there a way that people listening, watching, could recommend a guest?
Absolutely. And we've already had people reaching out and recommending to us. And the
Great.
easiest way to do that is send an email to the San Clemente Podcast at gmail.com. And in the subject line, just put guest recommendation. And we would love
Yep.
to have the community recommending guests that they think would be a good fit for the podcast. Absolutely.
Because overall vision, right? I mean, this overall vision of the podcast, why it's here, what the overall hope and mission is what are we doing here?
I think without having like a written mission statement, I think our goal is to support, highlight, and really lift up the community. That's something that, whether it be successful high school team, let's get the captain or the coach or the athletic director or somebody on to talk about it. Give everyone a little update. Or there's a new project happening. Hey, let's learn about it. There's a new foundation that wants to promote their event coming up. So I think our goal is to be that platform, that conduit to support, highlight, and really just engage
Great.
with the community. I think that's my goal, and I know Jeff shares the same sentiment. If you can add to it.
Yeah, we want to help. We want to help businesses promote, right? We want, the bigger businesses to succeed as well as the smaller businesses. So we really want to promote the right people. And we want to keep that feel of San Clemente, that local feel, that small town, Spanish village by the sea. We want to keep that culture because, again, we all fully believe that it is the best place in the world to live. And while so many people are leaving California, so many people are talking negatively, how many people do not know about this little gem of a town?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like I said, we want to be, people are finding out about it. And yes, it's a sensitive topic for sure, but it's also our job to showcase it because we want to attract the right people to our town and to San Clemente. So there's so many awesome things coming up.
Preservation.
Yeah, preservation
as part of it too.
Yep.
There's a lot of, I think, an older generation that has done such a great job of preserving the culture in town.
Yes.
I mean, surfing is huge here.
Huge. It's massive.
And to preserve some of those stories and the shapers and the stories of how this company became a company and whatever.
Yes.
I think those stories are going to be lost.
Yes.
If we don't preserve them and let my small little go off the topic or whatever, but we were down at T Street and my kids were playing football, playing catch and Colapinto, both Colapintos, that whole crew.
Who, if you don't know, the Colapintos,
guys.
right? They're on the WSL, some of the best surfers in the world, professional, high level surfers.
And the crew, the kids that all just got on tour this year.
Yep.
We're all just having their coffee and breakfast. And I'm like, hey, Riv, Case, those are like the best surfers in the world. And they're like, really? And so just you can have those interactions, but nobody knows.
Totally.
And guess what? Those guys could choose to live wherever they want to live.
Yes,
if they wanted to live in Hawaii, Tahiti, the Maldives, you name it, they can live wherever they want in the world. And guess where they choose to call home?
San Clemente.
And it's just those stories like the little Grom's coming up. Let's get I want to talk to those guys and I want to hear about their success and their path and their challenges.
Yes. Well, even like how did Griffin get to where Griffin's at, and what was his unlikely moment that everything pivoted for him, and this is still why he chooses to live back here in San Clemente.
100%. So those are just preserving that community from our kids.
Preserving it, promoting it, because for so many years, right, San Clemente has been basically, I don't want to say kept a secret, but in a way, like it's been buried, which has hurt us in a way, because look at what's happened to the beaches. Like, right, we're losing beaches, we're losing that. And it's our job, if we want to help rebuild the beaches and bring the sand back and, do all the important things that San Clemente needs, we have to promote it. And like I said, I think we're really good, and we're going to take this very seriously, and we understand like how important it is to represent the city of San Clemente. And so it's our job to, promote it and preserve it.
Well, and have positive impact. I mean, that's part of whenever I'm with you guys, I'm like, oh, I'm so stoked. Like everything just feels like, hey, this is a positive driven mission. The idea is to actually preserve a positive culture for the ongoing legacy again of, for one, our kids directly, but the community itself at large right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And the Colapintos, if you're listening to this, we're coming for you. You may or may not know it. We're coming for you, Colapintos. We want you on this podcast.
Yep. We want to know. I mean, that's the part of
we want to know. Yeah, we want to know your story.
Coffee's on us.
Yep, coffee's on us. Coffee is on us.
Okay, so let's talk San Clemente specifically. Why did you come back? Why are we all here? What do you love? What do you love about living in San Clemente?
I think for me, it's the ocean. When I was on the Chiefs, you're literally in the middle of the country, so you have no water, and you have no. I would find myself getting lost because I didn't know. Oh, there's the ocean. I know where to go. It's weird, and you don't notice it until you're gone.
Yep, it's disorienting.
But I think that the ocean and the water and the beach and that our town is the Spanish Village by the sea. That is the crux of town. You see it all the time. It's beautiful. That's really what was my driver.
Yeah.
I love the ocean. I love being in the ocean. It makes me feel. It's kind of my therapy place.
Yes, totally.
So that was kind of the main driver. Different aspects of the Midwest and the hospitality of the South. I felt like we had that here. I mean, once you get out of San Clemente, you kind of lose it a little bit, but I felt that warmth in town, and it reminded me of those small towns when I was in Chicago, or
absolutely
of the Southern hospitality of, hey, come on, we're having gumbo tonight. Come over for dinner.
Totally.
I don't even know you, dude. Like, what are you talking about?
Exactly.
So I think that's what the community, the warmth, and the ocean. Those are kind of the.
I think Brian. Yeah, you hit the note. For those same reasons, I love it equally as much as the culture, the people. That's a huge one for me, right? Your community, your neighbors, or just people that like us, right? Yep. We were born here, we were raised here, right? We love it so much for that reason. And the people of San Clemente are incredible.
They are. Well, it's fun being able to. The beach, I think, gives us a place. It's almost like that old show Cheers, where there's somewhere to show up, where
Sure.
everybody knows your name.
Yeah.
And there's in all the different generations. So we can run into one of our old teachers from Concordia, or an old coach, or an old swim coach, or someone from San Clemente High,
100%.
and it's good vibes. That is so different than being like, oh no, I can't see that person, right? Or that's uncomfortable. It is such a sweet place to live.
Absolutely.
It's so fun to run into people and be like, oh my gosh, remember when?
Yeah.
My kids' junior high school teachers taught me
That's so
growing
great.
up,
Yep,
right? Like
yep.
where else in the community, multi-generational, right? Where, you know, grandparents, their parents, their kids, and you see it all the time. And
That's part of the fun, like in the summertime, going to T Street.
Yes, exactly.
And being like, hey, Dad, who's going to be at the beach today? Did you call so-and-so?
Dude.
No, I don't know. I bet you Elyse will be down there.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're all going to show
There's
up.
always going to be some
Yes.
kids to play with.
Yeah.
And every day's a little different.
Yeah.
But this-
And also to see how many people have been able to like create their lives here, right? To build their businesses here.
It's huge.
And to support their family and to live this life in a small town. I mean, it's hard to do, but when you've figured out that secret, again, that blueprint should be shared with others so they can, you know, live this same life.
Well, that's part of like the legacy piece too, whether that is like sharing, again, how do we allow sustainability to exist within San Clemente? But then also like the idea of showing up and knowing, I want my kids to understand the whole community is also raising them. The whole community is also watching them and knows who they are. Right. So there's an element of an immense amount of safety built into this third parent kind of concept.
I think there's a certain level of accountability too.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
Which is kind of lacking in today's world. But hey, no, you have to behave a certain way.
Absolutely.
Because that's what is expected. And that's what Elyse at the beach is expecting you to do.
Yes.
Right. And
I can speak to that when we've been at the San Clemente High School football games, right? And our kids are on the field, right?
Yeah.
Like that's a representation of us.
Absolutely.
Because we know the other people watching are also in a, not a parent role, but a role that, you know, like they expect these to be good human beings that are going to add value back to society.
Yeah. I think they're getting that.
They are, for sure. It's, I mean,
you just got to keep at it. But they're getting it.
Yeah.
You know? They know that San Clemente is special. They know that community is important. And I think we can do that by remaining engaged.
Some of my kids' favorite things are when we go the back way. Like they're like, wait, like all these secret roads. And I'm like, that's because before we had driver's licenses, we had to ride our bikes everywhere. Not an e-bike, an actual bicycle. And I'm like, so no, I don't know the street name, but I sure know how to get around town on my bike. You know, it's like
absolutely.
There's that, even that fun like insider knowledge of like, how do you get around this town without getting on the freeway?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And talk about like what else is being hosted here, right? The World Surf League hosts the championship tour, the final, right? That final World Series of surfing here.
Sure.
Like that's all starting to come to light.
Yeah, so
and we get to capture it and share the story.
But it's like in being at SC Cafe or it's like the shoulders, your shoulders distance apart from some of the most influential people in the entire world.
In the entire world,
That's pretty epic.
absolutely.
That's the crazy
and
part.
we get to showcase these people
Okay.
who have never been showcased yet.
Beaching, favorite beach. You're gonna go in the summer, with kids.
That's a hard one for me. My quick answer would be Lost Winds, but in the last handful of years, Lost Winds has had no waves. And my kids are super into boogieing, and T Street has been kind of the spot. In high school, you wouldn't have caught me saying that, but
It's so real.
I'm gonna have to go with T Street these days. For the kids, they're super into boogieing, and it's all their buddies are down there. It's like a play date every day. So that's kind of my short answer. But
And you can't go wrong, right? Again, I think I mean, all these beaches are beautiful. They're unbelievable.
Stoked on that West Coast Cafe situation too. I'm not mad about that deliciousness.
no, then they've done a good job down there. That's somebody we should get on. What have they done? How'd they end up down here? How'd they score that little spot? Like,
what a little gem.
Oh,
right?
It's rad.
I
That's
mean,
great.
a little shack on
Yeah.
the beach, serving up
perfect.
delicious food. I mean, it's
Mm-hmm.
with live music too. It's unbelievable. I think if I had to answer that
Yeah,
question, it would
please.
be trestles for sure. Like my family and I, we love hopping on the bikes, riding down to trestles, and it just gives you a vibe
Yeah.
of if you're on down like in Cabo or in the East Cape, and it's wild, and there's dolphin and whales jumping and all sorts of wildlife. Like
Yes.
it's wild. So the whole adventure of riding your bike down there and getting there and posting up and just and experiencing that is absolutely our family's favorite beach hang.
That's a hard one to access. So that's
Yeah.
like, that's what makes that's been preserved in and of
Yeah.
itself because
Yeah.
before e-bikes especially.
Yeah.
But that was like
I've taken videos down there, and people are like, "Where is that?"
right.
It's like,
You're like,
yeah,
Can't
exactly. Just told you, but can't. But it is. It's
Yeah.
it's amazing.
It's good. Okay, what about date night? Where are you guys going on date night?
I'm very loyal to the Vine.
Oh.
That's my spot.
God,
I
we're
love-
shouting out like, "Hey,
I know.
hey,
Hey.
Vine,
Guys.
yeah."
Come on, dude. Sponsor the podcast. No, I love the atmosphere. I love Gabe. I love the whole staff down there. The food is great.
So good.
It's hard for me when we do get those opportunities to go out to not go
Go
there.
there
But
each
I
time.
love me some butter cake
Mm-hmm.
from Nick's, south of Nick's.
Absolutely.
That's one thing that San Clemente has a lot of really good food.
Food is so good.
Um, You really can't go wrong.
Yep.
Like up and down Del Mar, they've done it. I think preserving some of that outside table has been really a smart idea, and
Ditto.
everywhere.
Yep. Okay.
I love it all.
So we got a Vine. We got a Vine.
That's
Yeah.
my top.
Yeah, the Vine would be your top. The Vine is amazing. I too am a huge fan of the Vine.
Right next door.
Yep, right next door you've got Rare Society, which is unbelievable. Trisha and I had a date night last night, and we actually went to 9 Style Sushi.
So good.
Amazing. So we like to mix it up for
Yep.
sure. We like to spread the love, and definitely, and again, every place is so different, right?
Yes.
Every restaurant offers something unique,
Sure.
a different vibe, a different.
Yeah.
They're all so amazing. San Clemente does, and the best part about it, it's just getting better and
I know,
better
so
and
good.
better.
I agree.
So I used to work at the Vine.
Oh, you did.
Uh-huh. And
Waitress, hostess,
I
bartender.
worked my way up from hostess.
Nah, oh,
Yep,
see,
mhm.
there's a
So,
story
yeah,
in
oh,
itself
oh.
right there.
But it was, I mean, it was and is. It's such a reliable place. I like going there 'cause the food's
Sure.
always a good, and it's it's like a notch up from family dinner time.
Totally.
Yeah. Right.
Absolutely. And I'm going to throw this in. I don't know when this podcast is being released, but the Vine has also purchased another restaurant in San Clemente. It's a different concept than the Vine right
Is it
now.
public knowledge?
I don't know if
Okay,
it's
hold-
public,
hold.
so
Let's
I'll
hold,
hold
let's
it
hold,
for
because
sure.
just in case,
But
yeah.
I know
Yeah.
what they have
I've
in
touched
store.
base with Gabe wants to come down and
Okay.
Perfect. So
Tell
we'll
the
save
story
it for
then.
him
Yep.
and allow him to share the story. But those guys are on the
Yep.
move.
And
They
Jared,
recognize what's happening in
Yep.
San Clemente, and what they're
It's
building
gonna-
out is going to
It's
be
gonna be.
unbelievable.
I can't wait. Okay.
Another
Field trip. We'll do a field trip.
Oh, a field
Mhm.
trip. Another reason for the podcast, right? To showcase
Yep.
these amazing
And
projects.
Well, because that's part of how we even learn about restaurants. So,
Yeah.
actually, so my date night answer, I love Vine, but I also I'm an MRK.
Oh,
Okay, because there's some unique food that's happening there, and I love supporting, like, again, hometown chef. Like, that's the person who's born and raised. His parents are born and raised here, so it's like it's just
and it's funny you mentioned that. So on our date night last night, the owner and chef of MRK is sitting right next to us.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Again, why do you love San Clemente so
right.
much? It's that community feel and that small town feel.
yes. Well, and it's fun again. Like we talked about, like the different levels of like San Clemente raising us. Then there was like our midlife, and then like coming back to this table now.
Yeah.
To be able to know that about someone like Rain, so to be in high school and have memories in high school with him, and they're like, God, look at you, look what you've done,
Yeah.
look what you've built,
Yeah.
and now we get to share that, we get to eat your
Tot-
food.
Yes, and knowing like what he had to like go through and like
Oh,
how he had to persevere
yeah,
to get what he
absolutely.
like. There's a story to
Mhm.
that's so unique and so inspirational
Yep.
that should be shared, and
Yeah.
I can't wait to get him on.
Well, I think that's part of like maybe what will be spoken kind of through the podcast is like everyone's unlikely story, everyone's moment of like, hey, there's something that inherently within each of us wants to share, wants to be told, wants to be understood, wants to connect. I'm like, I have a story about that.
yeah.
So good.
it's endless, right? Like,
Well, we've sat down, right, and talked about like the guests that we could get, should get. And again, like I said, I mean, our guest list is unbelievable so far. I'm
stoked. It's fun. Yes, it's fun.
I could go on that. I mean, I could go on that rant for hours about the people here.
So subscribe, watch,
So subscribe,
listen,
absolutely,
share, and start talking about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Start talking about it. We're going to be putting weekly content out on YouTube, on Instagram, on Spotify, on all the channels. It's all,
All right, I want to wrap it with this. I want to know what's your Pedro's order now Pedro's order, not like back in the day Pedro's order.
I'm gonna go with rolled tacos, fried chicken taco, and a pink lemonade.
Dang, that's a good order.
Dude,
That is
Maybe. And if I'm hungry, I might throw in a quesadilla.
Absolutely, you get a quesadilla on the
Just
side.
for the kicker.
It's the fried chicken taco that really took me. Like didn't see that coming.
Okay, it's funny. So I too am gonna go fried chicken, not taco. I'm going fried chicken quesadilla.
Interesting.
It's like secret menu.
It's
What's happening
so
here?
good. Oh, it's amazing. With a side of guac dipped in there, it is unbelievable.
That's why you get the rolled tacos.
That's what. There you go.
Dip
That's
on the
that.
top.
Yeah, exactly. Combo burrito with potatoes.
So good.
Unbelievable.
Okay.
Yeah, Pedro's.
That's
It's a staple in
That's a
town.
respectable order.
And the
Yeah.
pink lemonade. They're
Oh,
I
it's
love
like-
that
I
you
don't know
went.
what it
See, I
is.
go Dr Pepper. I love that you went pink lemonade though.
the
That's
pink
interesting.
lemonade.
I mean,
It's
sometimes
so-
I don't even like
I
pink
know.
lemonade. Like
But
but it's something about it. I don't know. It's the
in
syrup
that
or
cup,
whatever.
There's
The
something
cup.
to like visually.
Yeah.
I love looking at the pink lemonade. Even
Can't
What's
beat it.
yours? What's yours?
I'm a surf and turf burrito.
Oh,
Unapologetically, I love that like
unapologetic.
crema sauce that's inside whatever is happening in there.
It's
I'm
so
very
good.
happy about.
So good.
Yeah. It's the best.
Yep.
And again, talk about another staple. I mean, I can remember again riding my bike from the south side
Yep.
all the way down and then trying to ride through the drive-through.
Yep.
And then like, come on, like
Yeah.
take our order to the drive-through,
Can't
guys.
do
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
They're like, no, get outta
exactly.
here.
And again, back then, like that's really all we had, right? Yeah,
Sure.
there was a few others, but that was pretty much it.
Yep.
It's good.
Absolutely. Make sure to stay tuned. We will continuously be releasing amazing content again around the local sports, culture, business, restaurants, politics, everything that this amazing city of San Clemente has to offer. We're going to be covering, and we're super excited to be bringing this content to you. So thank you again so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share this content with everyone you guys know. Thank you so much.
Sweet.
Thank you for listening in. Join us for another episode next week, coming to you from our studio on Del Mar in downtown San Clemente. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at the San Clemente Podcast and subscribe to us on YouTube and Spotify so you never miss an episode.